Hi everybody, it's Leah. I'm so sorry for the delay. I've had so many projects going on that I have not had a moment to stop and get this first make this with me process out, but I'm excited to start. If you're working with us today, you're going to need a Tim Holtz Ideology Folio. This is the small one. One piece of 8.5 by 11 craft cardstock. If you have 12 by 12, that's okay too. And 2 manila folders. If you're not using manila folders, you are going to need 2 more pages of cardstock. Okay, so yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be a really fun project. Again, we are doing a travel journal. Or you can use it for whatever you want. I mean, I'm using it for travel because I'm going away on a trip, and I wanted to do something that was a little different from my 12 by 12 scrapbooking. So, we're gonna do a travel journal today. Well, I am, again. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, the kids get to sleep and I'm like, yes! They're taking a nap, so I'm just very happy. Okay, so when you open up your folio, on the inside you're gonna have this piece. We are gonna set this aside. This is gonna be the binding that will be for another video when we make the back part of the folio. Okay, so set it aside. Okay, we are going to do this flap today. What we are going to do is, let's just do that, because this thing's not very flexible. Actually, I'm going to pick it up so you can see. There, it becomes flexible. You take and, the focus, okay. See these score marks? These score marks help to make the binder open up. So the way that we're making these pages today is going to give us just a little bit of room, so as this starts to open up, even within the pages, there's a little bit of give, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a flap that goes over the top first, then you'll open it up, and there will be another piece that is 4 pages. That's the file folder side, and we're gonna punch tabs with the envelope punch board. You can see mine sitting right over here, okay? And then on the back of this, there'll be a pocket, okay? The measurement here, in order to make sure that we have just enough space for room, is going to be 5 1/4 this way by 8 1/2 this way, which also makes it easy to cut the paper because you don't have to do any cutting across the top. Okay, so first we're going to start with the flap. Let's take this out of here. All right, so you're going to take your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, or whichever. If you are using 12 by 12, please take this time to cut it down. The first way, cut it down to 8.5 by 12, okay? We're gonna take our paper. We are going to cut to 5 7/8. What that is gonna do is give us 1/2 inch to glue down the flap, 1/8 inch of a gusset, and then the 5 1/4 of the rest of the page, okay? So, that's 4 7/8, Leah. 5 7/8. For those of you who don't know where 7/8 is, I'll show you. Let's not have confusion. Okay, here's your ruler. Can you see? I need a piece of paper behind this. Okay. The half is my blue mark. Okay. Then there's a 1/4. And between 1/4 and 6, that's going to be your 7/8 mark. Okay, that last hatch right there. Okay. Sorry about the enormous ruler. I can't find my smaller one. It's vanished, along with my favorite pen, which my son threw while he was having a fit, and now I can't find it. Which serves me right for letting my child touch my things. All right. So, now we have our piece of paper. We're going to get our scoreboard. Well, I'm going to use a cutter for scoring. Okay. So, the first score we're going to do is going to take us down 1/8 of an inch, 6, okay, we're going to go down 1/2 inch, and that's going to be so we have plenty of space to glue down our page. Then we're going to move 1/8 inch. It's a nice little bit of space, just to give us just enough space, and now we're at 5 1/2, okay? We're going to score this. Did I say 5 1/2? Dang it. 5 1/2. How did I do 5 1/2? I'm supposed to be 5 1/4. Okay. Problem's corrected. It was exactly correct. It was 5 7/8. So you cut 5 1/4, then you score at 5 1/4, score at 1/8, and then you should have a 1/2 inch left, okay, of space. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, I'm sorry, the brightness. There we go. Okay. So you should, it's a little hard to see. I don't know why this isn't doing, but that's where your score marks are, okay? Now we're going to take our bone folder. We are going to fold back on our first 1/8 inch score and just burnish that, and then come back again and do the other one. Now that we've got that pressed down and we burnish. Okay, gracious. There we go. Okay, so now you're going to have a little bit of a gusset, and that's just going to give you a little bit of room as you, is that showing up? There we go. What is going on today? There we go. Okay, so you can see you have a little bit of room. Sorry guys, I don't know what's up with my camera. All right, there we go. Now, this flap, we are going to glue down the inside here, and we're just going to give ourselves just a little bit of a space. When we glue it down, you can use whatever kind of glue you like. I am a wet glue kind of girl, although every once in a while I use my ATG, and you will see that when it comes time to decorate the book, I will probably use my ATG. Okay, so we're just going to get our adhesive on there. We are going to give ourselves, now here's the edge of the page of the this first mark. We're going to lay it just inside of that. You don't ever want to go right up to the edge, because then you have no room for give, okay? So what I do is I flatten it out so that I can see the gusset before, and then lay it down, and then that way I know I've got my spacing right. Okay? Straight. Push it down. Open this up a little bit. There we go. We're going to push down here, and we're going to get this glue up. It's easy if you just rub, or if you have a glue eraser, you can use that to get the glue up. But again, we're going to be decorating our book eventually, so we don't really want to worry too much about that. I'm going to burnish that down just to make sure my adhesive is down. And there you go. That's the first one. Our corners are rounded, so let's go and use our corner punch. If you have your envelope punch board, you can use the punch there. Okay. Okay. Finished with the first part. All right, next we are going to do the pages that are going to lay here. So we're going to get out our folders. Going to open them up. I'm going to take my cutter. I'm going to lay for myself, because I'm using the folders. If you're using the folders, you're going to want to do this. Hold on, let's just change this lighting just a little bit so you can see a little better. Okay, there we go. So, I want to get the seam. I want to get it at my 5 1/4 mark. Okay. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to turn it around. End at 10 1/2, because that gives us our double size there. Okay, we're going to do that again for the other folder. So we put a seam again. 5 1/4. Hard to see, sorry. I added this second light, and I feel like it's just so bright. I wonder if you guys can even really see. I keep having to adjust the light. I've been trying some new things out with my lighting and my, for those of you who've been around my camera situation, I've been in some really bad lighting and situations over the years if you've looked at my videos. It's pretty funny. Filming in my bathroom, etc., trying to get the best light, but now I've got a really great situation, I think. Okay, again, 10.5. Make our cut. Turn your folder. 8.5. And your other folder. 8.5. Now, don't get rid of those other pages just yet because we are probably going to use them. I'm sorry, the remnants. Let's not get rid of them because we are going to set them aside because we will probably use them to make pockets and such on these folders. Okay. Next, we're going to make tabs. Okay, so we've got 2 here. Now, you're going to see one sticks out past the other. Once we're done, you can see here on the edge, they just stick out a little bit past the other one. So we're going to take a moment to cut this down once we're finished. But first we're going to make tabs, okay? Let's move that. Let's get our envelope punch board out. And what I'm going to do, because I have 4 pages, I'm just going to do top, bottom, okay? So we take the corner of our board. We get it right lined up with, in here, we're aiming to get it right against this part right here, okay? That's where you're going to make your first punch. So put it down, line it up, make a punch. I'm going to take it out to 2, 3. Punch again, okay? That gives us our first little tab. The next tab is going to be right here on this other side. So we flip over, do the same exact thing, okay? And line it up here. Put it out to 3. Great. Okay. So now you have a tab there and a tab there. You're going to do that to your other folder. On the other one, you start the opposite way. So whatever is the front, that's going to be have the tab on the right. Okay. So you flip it over. Punch. Go to 3. Punch. Turn it around. Again. Right against the edge. To 3. Okay, let's get rid of this garbage. Clean as you go, guys. Clean as you go. Okay. Next, we're going to take our cutting board and we're just going to go through all of our tabs and cut off the part that is not the tab. So get it right in there. Okay. I'm just going to cut right up to the tab. Okay, so you have a piece that looks like this. There you go. Do it on the other side. You're going to do that for every single tab, okay? It's 2. And you really want to try and get as close to the inside of that corner as possible. I like these boards because with the blade, this is new, I just got this. This is Fisker's. I love it because I can really see where the center of the blade is touching before I start. I found that with boards that have this little slide, I can't see the blade. I mean, I assume that this is the center when I do it, but that doesn't always mean I'm hitting it right on. But again, this really works for other people. It's whatever works best for you. Get this last one done here. Okay. Now that we've done all that, we're going to go back, take our corner punch. We're going to punch all the corners, so that we get a nice look of a file folder. Now, if you want to distress and you like to make sure that the edges here are distressed, I suggest that this is the time that you would do that, okay? we're gonna do that now. Okay, I'm gonna distress, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna assemble this page, add a hinge, and then glue it down, okay? Okay, so I am back. My distressing is done, and I used Tim Holtz Spiced Marmalade. It goes well with the pages that I chose, so I decided not to use brown color. So I thought it'd be fun. I'd do a little something different. My pad was very inky, so I got a very big smudge, but that's okay. It looks really cool, I think. All right, so next we are going to take and staple our pages together. So again, you want the outside folder is right in the front, left in the back, and the inside folder, is left in the front, right in the back, and the inside folder is right in the front, left in the back. Okay, we tuck it into each other, make sure that we have everything the way that we want it. Great. If you wanted to do like the middle punch, you just start at 3 and keep working down, okay? Just in case you were wondering. All right, gonna get out my stapler. This thing is old. I love it. I'm going to make 2 staples, and the staples are going to go towards the inside of the page. They're also not going to go like directly into the spine because I don't want them sticking out of the back of the page. I really want to try and get them on the inside there so it doesn't show as... Really? Okay. If that happens, open your stapler up. Okay, get yourself a nice cushy surface to staple through. Actually, no, I'm going to do it right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to staple through here and here. That's just a foam cushion from something. I don't even know what. Some award or something my husband got, and he didn't need the cushion anymore. Okay. Pull it out of this. I'm going to turn it around. Let's zoom in. Oop, I can get rid of that. But yeah, it's just a little foam cushion. A little something. Okay. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm just going to take the staple, use my bone folder, the round edge of my bone folder. I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to push it down. We are going to cover this with our hinge that we are going to make out of a piece of our remaining stock or folder. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that's down now. So we fold it up, you can see we have our nice little thing, and you don't see the staple on the edge. It's in the back, okay? So we are going to now make a hinge that's going to go here. Oh, glue. Okay, we're going to take one of our strips that we had left over. Oh, let me zoom out, sorry. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get my cutter. I'm going to cut it 1 inch wide. Eight and a half. Going to take our score, switch to the score side, score it at half an inch. We're going to fold it, burnish. Mine is not completely straight, but that's okay. All right. Then we're going to take the nice side. We're going to glue this down so that it covers up our staples. Okay. You want to make sure the tabs are facing left because this is the hinge that's going to go inside the book like this. Okay. So the finished product goes to the left. Glue this down right along the edge. covering my staples. You can see my staples right through there. Okay. I'm just going to come back with a little bit of Distress ink and just get a little, this way, just get a little distressing in there, and on the edge there. Okay, and on the inside there. I'll just go like that really quickly. It doesn't have to be perfect, just done. Okay. So that is that page. Now we're going to glue this into our book. Let's get the stapler out of here. Again, cleaning as we go. Okay, we're going to open up our flap. You should have plenty of room to have the tab. You want to make sure that the tab is not against that seam. You want to make sure you have just a little bit of room, okay? And you should have plenty of space. You can see on the other side, we've got a little bit of space right at the edge. Okay? It's not much, less than 1/8 of an inch, okay? Glue the back side here of your hinge. We're going to glue it right along the edge right here, just how we had before. So just take it, put it right down. Okay. You might see a little bit of the hinge. You want to be right inside that rounded corner. And you'll still, I promise you, have plenty of room there on the right. Okay, lay it down. Open it up. Press. Burnish. It's easier with this little roundy one. There we go. All right, so now we have our first part, which is our tab pages. Okay, you might want to just come back and fold that a little bit just to loosen up where the staples are, because you're going to have a little bit of tension. You just push back against that so you don't get any tearing, and then burnish that page. Burnish that page nicely. Again, because you don't want it to tear later. Okay. Burnish your pages flat. Okay. Shouldn't have to burnish those. These ones should be fine. Okay. And you can see now we have just this little bit of gusset, and it seems like it's a little puffy right now, but as the book expands, you know, you're going to have that little bit of give there to fill up your pages. That way you don't end up with pages that go like, you know, they start out flat like this, and then, oh my god, and then they start to do this, and your book starts to look like this, and it doesn't look like a square book anymore. That little bit of gap gives you just a little bit of space. As that opens up, you can see you have that space there, okay? So now, next, and this is up to you how you want to keep moving forward, okay? Some people like to do this as they scrapbook. I'm going to get some of it done now. We're going to add pockets, okay? Because we don't want to just be a bunch of pages that are just empty and we're trying to figure out how to decorate it later, okay? So I am going to put a pocket here. It's just going to be one pocket. I don't really feel like I need a big pocket, and then we're going to have an insert that's going to go there. Also left over, hang on to them. You got this little bit from the hinge when you cut your paper down after making the first cut. You can use this as a little insert, stick them in your pockets, okay? You can do them this way, you can do them sideways, you can do whatever. Hang on to these things because you're going to want them for later, okay? You can stick it right back in the kit that you've made, okay? We're going to grab one of these. This is what we're going to make our pocket out of, okay? This one bigger. Okay. I like this one with the little tab. I just prefer it. It's fun, and I like that it has that little dip. So that's what I'm going to make my pocket out of, okay? So I'm going to measure, because now we have a little less space, right? Because we put these hinges in. We want to make sure that we're clear within the hinges. On my book, I have about 5. I'm going to go with 5 1/8. So I take my 5 1/8. I'm going to add 1 inch to that because I like a nice size depth on my pocket. So I'm going to do 6 1/8, and then I'm just going to put a 1/2 inch piece at the bottom. I might just cut, because this is not a very big pocket. I'm probably just going to cut a little piece off this other one, okay? So how I'm going to do mine so I can make sure that stays centered. Okay. 3 and just a little less. I'm very fortunate I have these little marks here, so that's my 1/8, so I'm going to go just slightly inside of that. And again, I'm not too concerned with it being perfect. Okay. Once I have that, I'm going to make my cut. Right? Yep. And again, if I mess this up, I just fix it. Okay. Turn it over, get myself to 6 1/8. Beautiful. Get my scoreboard out. Take that out to 1/2 inch. Turn it around, do that again. Oh, this is a little more difficult. I don't know why. There we go. Come this way. Let's get another 1/2 inch. Oh no, I said I wasn't going to do that. Oh well, now I did. Okay, I'm going to cut the corners. I'm going to cut the corners here so we can see there is, is it too bright? I feel like it's too bright. Okay, we're going to cut across there so I have right at the corner. And I look at the X and then I try to cut straight through the X like that. Okay. Burnish on my folds. Okay, we're going to double check our pocket. At this time, I'm going to decide whether or not I'd like to distress it, which I probably will. Look at that, if it's perfect. Okay, and I want to line that up with the bottom of my other paper. Oops, so you can see. I don't want to put it all the way to the bottom, because then you'll see this little bit here. I want to get it lined up with my other papers. But we're going to distress this really quickly. Again, you can see my ink is really wet, so I'm just going to the edge and then I'm just bringing it back in. That's a good trick for if you have really wet ink. You just go all the way around, blot, and then come back and rub it around. That last bit right at the edge. You should have quite a bit of ink in your ink pad. These are ones that I make myself. I make them out of old pipe insulation because I have it laying around, and since I have it, I may as well use it. Okay, we're gonna get our glue down. Again, you can use ATG. I don't actually prefer ATG for my pockets. If I'm gonna do it where this lays down against, like instead of making the gusset. That's my son. He's gonna be in here in a second. I hear him, Mom. Yeah, because then you get stuff gets stuck in your pocket. So if you can make a gusset, make one. If not, use wet glue. Don't use the ATG or any kind of other sticky adhesive. All right, pockets in. Always put your pockets on first, and then put your decorative paper, because you want to be able to cover that little tab in there so that paper can and things can, and whatever it is that you need to fit can slide in easily. Okay, so that's one pocket there. If I wanted to add a pocket here, I could. I'm actually thinking about adding a pocket this way, so when you open the tab, you can do it there. I'm gonna do probably some kind of collage or something here, so I want to leave that free. So, do I want to make a pocket here? Do I have paper? I have paper. I have paper. We have paper laying around from when we made our first cuts, right? So let's grab a bit of that. Okay. I want to put the pocket so it's this way and that things can go into it this way. I don't want to have to try and reach in this way because it's weird even if you're making a half pocket, it's weird to grab things from against this part here. Okay, so let's just make a little, we'll make a 2-inch pocket, so we're gonna make it 2.5. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get a piece of paper. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, guys. Nope, we're gonna make 2 pockets. We're gonna make 2 pockets. 2 pockets going this way. So we're gonna take this, we are gonna cut it to, this is 8.5. So we need 2 pockets that are going to be 4 1/4 wide, plus a half inch, plus an inch. So we're gonna do 5 1/4. Cut these in half. What is this? What height is this? This is 5. Let's make it just an even 5. Make that 2.5 now. Two and a half. Okay. And we're just going to go a 1/2 inch all the way around, so that makes this 2 inches. 2-inch pocket, and I think that's, for my use, that's plenty fine. Let's take, what is this? This is 5 1/4. So I'm going to, no, yeah, 5 1/4. So I'm going to make it 4 3/4. Turn it around. And 3/4. Okay, we're going to do that again. 4 3/4. 4 3/4. And again, if you're wondering why I make such a big gusset here, I really just have a thing about having a lot of space to glue. I can't be folding teeny tiny little things. Get our scissors. Okay, and right where that X meets, we're going to cut straight across, so straight through the X. Okay, again. Fold. If you're having trouble following along with all the measurements, pause. Take time to make your measurements, your cuts, things like that, okay? I know I go a little quick sometimes, you know, so just take the time to stop and see what you're doing. I'm actually not going to distress these craft because it won't match the tan. And again, it's your book. You do it however you please, okay? So we're going to put our little pocket here and one here. As you can see, they just fit right up against each other. And then later, I can just take one piece of paper if I wanted to and just cover that right up and you wouldn't know it's 2 pockets. Or you can cover each pocket separately. It depends on what you want to do. You can maybe glue some ticket stubs or whatever, ephemera from your trip. I mean, whatever you think you need to do in order to make a great project for yourself. Again, remember, it's your project. You can do what you like with it. Okay, so we're going right. We're giving ourselves a little bit of space. Okay, you don't want to be right. Gotta open this up because I can't get this on here. Here we go. Now that's laying flat. Okay. Or flatter. You always want to give yourself a little bit of space from those folds. You never want to be right on them or else you've totally defeated the point of giving yourself that gusseted space. You need space for your pages to bend and fold. If you're right up against a joint, it's not going to do that nicely. Okay, there we go. Let's do the next one. I sometimes feel when I'm building these books, I can't wait to get to the decorating stage, and then I get to the decorating stage and I'm like, I wish I was just building it, and like, because the building goes so fast and the decorating takes forever. Okay, there we go. And again, my pockets didn't come out perfect, so I'll probably just put one big strip of paper right across them. Slide that one over. Okay, there we go. Great. If I even wanted to, I could take those little books that I made, or that I have laying around, we'll call them books now. These two little bits here, and I can stick them in here like this. Okay, maybe cut them down, or I cut them down so they fit sideways in like this, okay? But I'll probably cut these down. For now, I'm just gonna, you know what, yeah, let's cut them down. We need to take off like a 1/4 of an inch. Let's take 1/4 of an inch off these. Just so we know they fit. Get it down to 5, just so it's not sticking out, because your book's 5 1/4. That way you know you have it. You have it the right size. Okay. Again, 5. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about these pieces because I'm not going to really want to decorate them till later. I may want to round the corners. I may not. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to leave that for a little bit. Okay. So then these are going to fit. Look at that. Perfect. And I kind of even like it with that little bit showing, but it'll probably get decorated and covered up anyway. Okay. And you can see how hard it is to get it in when you don't have the paper tucked inside the pages. Okay. I'm inside the pockets. Close this up. So now we have, when we open up our book, glue. We have this page here. Opens up. Tabs. Okay. So, yeah, I think the last thing, if you wanted to, let's add one more pocket. We're going to go back to our manila envelopes. And let's add a pocket here. I like this just so we can get a map or something in here, you know. I like this little tab. Yeah, maybe we can do 2 of them. Maybe do it right in the middle. I think that's just so fun to do this way. Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut this down 1/2 inch. Give ourselves a 1/2 inch there. And a 1/2 inch here. And we're just going to make the pocket so that we're going to just do right across here. And then, oh, we're bright again, sorry. We're going to do it so that this just folds right along the fold by itself. And then without gluing it down. And then we're going to make tabs at the tops and bottoms and the neck. It's going to be fun. Okay, here we go. I know you're like, Leah, you're talking so fast. And I'm like, I know. All right. So that little 1/2 inch we gave ourselves on each side. We go to the outside measurement. Oh, you know what? Let's flip it this way. Okay, I'm going to go to that little outside notch, get it lined up with my cutter. I always do that. I knock into like the side of stuff. Guys, I know these videos are long, but we're making stuff. So hopefully I'm not boring you and that you're really having a good time. Okay. Garbage. Come along here. We're going to make the other cut. Find your outside line there. Score inside line where you're going to have your crease. The other one here. Oops. I want to keep that flat. Nope, I almost cut it. Not paying attention. Okay, and then we're going to do 1/2 inch here. Cut corners. I hope you guys aren't getting the top of my head when I'm making cuts. I really need a haircut, and I don't think I did my hair today. Okay, we're going to take this. Here's our scores, and our scoring should be at the top, not on the back side. Okay, we're going to take our paper, find our center. Okay, we're going to make a score there. Turn it over. So the scoring is all in the front. Turn it to the back side. Fold all of your score marks. This bottom one. Okay. We're going to distress. Oh, fold along this one also. Now that you've folded the score line, now come in. Do a real good job right there in that corner, okay? We're going to distress now that I lost my tool. Here it is. All right, here's another one. I'm going to go back into this center page here. Okay, and that way we can at least cover up some of that staple, right? Okay. Go to the right side of this crease. Do not put it directly in the center. You'll never be able to fold this page properly, okay? Get your glue. All right. I'll use it as here. Okay, again, we are going to close this up, lay it down on the right side of the fold. Do not, again, try to put it directly in the center. It will not go. Okay, oops. All right. Once you've got the one side glued down, lay the other side down. Okay. Go. Hopefully you won't see too much of it sticking out on the other side there, but you can just go back in and distress that if it's really bothering you. And now we have this pocket here. You can put stuff in here like this. Got a little bit of give. Okay. And look at that. It closes right up. No problems because we went to the side of that fold. These creases, you got to remember, stay out of the inside of the crease. Okay. So let's go back. Or maybe I should distress those booklets. Well, we'll do it later. But yeah, you can go in once you decide if you want to round the corners or not, distress it, do whatever you'd like to it, okay? So, we've got this nice space here. You open the book, you can put a title, you can put, maybe this one section is going to be one thing. Maybe I'll just do Florida here and wedding stuff. Let me open this up. I've got my little booklets. I can write stuff. I can do whatever I want. Great for journaling, different events. Keeping ticket stubs. I can fit more. You can see I've got a nice size gusset because I gave myself that 1/2 inch. I got lots of room to put stuff back there. Okay, and then we got our tabs. I can put stamping, marking, whatever I want to do. Pockets here. This is nice and open for collaging, journaling. Another pocket here. If I want, I can add another pocket too if I felt like I needed more space, or I could do some kind of collaging or journaling about something about the trip. Can make a little booklet, whatever you'd like to do. Actually, what do I have? A little book. Look, get yourself one of these. Do all your journaling there and just shove that right in. Okay, I mean, you know what? I may actually do that now. See, that's how it starts. You can make one, but yeah, I have another journal. I'll probably do that. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this first part of the series and that you like it, what we're making here. And again, you can see, look at how useful it was to have that gusset. Look, I'm already starting to fill this up a little bit. And it helped to have that little bit, okay? If you wanted to, you could probably even go to a 1/4 inch because this hinges. You can keep pressing this open and pressing this open, make this book as full as you like, okay? Next time, we are going to do the inside pages. We're gonna do, probably it'll be 2 different videos because it's gonna be a little long. We'll make it probably and then assemble it. So we'll make different kinds of pages and then the next video we'll assemble them, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Y'all have a great day. Take care.